students. Sí se puede. We should fight for our rights and not let people step on us.
Hello, my name is Laura Howland, and I'm a social worker at a clinic serving people struggling with homelessness. For people living with mental illness to get consistent and quality care, government needs to fully fund mental health care. It is a bedrock of quality mental health care. I've always been proud to serve my community and be a part of a profession that so deeply values the dignity and diversity of the people we work with. I joined this profession to be a part of the solution, and it's time for the needs of our community to dictate the funding priorities of our state. After our exciting victory, we are continuing on our way to our long-term vision. We want universal health care for everyone, and that includes mental health care. On our way to our long-term vision is to make sure that public insurance systems fully fund community mental health services.
When I was diagnosed, I had Medicaid, which helped me get the care I needed, including medication, caseworker, group, therapist, art group, and a psychiatrist. This is how government should work. For me, Medicaid opened the doors to recovery and a good life. Unfortunately, I've also seen what happens when our government doesn't bring in all the resources it needs to pay for services like mental health programs.
That ain't right.
One main problem in Illinois is that the Medicaid reimbursement rates for community providers are too low.
That ain't right.
Reimbursement rates are what community health centers are paid for providing services. Currently, Illinois determines its reimbursement rates every 6 months, making it impossible for community mental health providers to plan. The results are that some of the programming that helped me the most has closed. I can only see my psychiatrist every 3 months, and oftentimes the staff members I work with leave because they cannot afford to live with such a low pay. I'm not alone in this. In Illinois, there are 0 psychiatrists who will work for the current Medicaid reimbursement rates, leaving providers to make up the extra money from other funding sources. This is because the Medicaid reimbursement rates need a raise. In this state, money goes to the priorities that are most valued. These low reimbursement rates send a message that my health doesn't matter. Whether I live or die, it doesn't matter.
Raising the Medicaid reimbursement rate for community health providers ensures that people living with mental illness receive quality, holistic care. Don't we all have a right to that? Our solution is SB 353, which raises reimbursement rates to 95% of federal Medicare rates. This would be the first permanent raise since 2004 and would level the playing field between all insurance types. This revolutionary move would demonstrate to our communities that we value our seniors, those who use Medicaid, and those who use private market insurance as equal humans. Which leads us to ask our legislators. Can our state representatives and Senate President Fullerton please come?
Senate President Fullerton, thank you for sponsoring our bill. Please respond with a yes or no. Will you prioritize increased funding for mental health services in the current budget debate and shepherd
Nice to
our
see
bill
ya.
through the Senate in the next
How's it
session?
going, Mario?
Yes.
Nice to see you.
Representatives, please respond with a yes or no. Will you prioritize increasing mental health services in the current budget debate and support our bill in the next session? Representative Harris?
Yes.
Representative Feigenholz?
Yes.
Representative Cassidy?
Yes.
Representative Guzzardi?
Yes.
We are excited to work hard with you all to fight for a brighter day for mental health care in Illinois.
Great. Thank you, mental health justice team. As you can see, none of us are disposable.
That's right.
A theme of One Northside's work is about winning the resources and funding that we need. Now we will hear from the education team. They are hard at work to make sure our public schools have the resources they need to provide high-quality education to our children that they deserve. Please welcome Loris Tillett to the stage.
Hello, everyone. My name is Loris Tillett. I live in Rogers Park, and I'm a member of the Yale LSC. I came to this country as a child from Belize in order to receive the best possible learning opportunities. In America, school was very exciting. There were so many cultures in my classroom. My school had clubs and art classes that let me explore my interests. I sang in the choir and played sports and took part in challenging academics. Today, I have 2 daughters attending Yale School in Rogers Park. And of course, I want them to have all I had and more. But what I've seen instead is continuous cutbacks, year after year, and the programs I love best are being either starved or canceled altogether. That ain't right. This really saddens me because I know that our schools are not fully funded. And it's up to us as parents and community members to find the solutions to this problem. One solution is to invest the $300 million in TIF surplus funds into our public schools. You see, in Chicago, our property tax dollars are siphoned away from schools, parks, and libraries and put into a slush fund that is given to developers. Right. Developers who benefit from TIF funds do our community a double disservice. They raise rents, making Chicago unlivable for working families, and this reduces the student populations.
That ain't
Right.
That ain't right.
They steal taxpayer dollars that should go to schools and instead line their pockets. And let's be honest, it's primarily black and brown children off whose backs the developers' pockets are being lined. That ain't right. Billionaires have been working hard to starve public schools of the money they need to help our children flourish. Billionaires want to pay less in taxes and they want to privatize our schools so they can profit off them. That ain't right. Public education is a bedrock American institution.
Yes.
The TIF surplus ordinance is an opportunity for our elected officials to invest in our children and stop handing over all our taxpayer dollars to the wealthy developers who are displacing people from our communities.
Yes.
We want to thank the aldermen here today for co-sponsoring the Cardenas Garza TIF reform